In the previous videos, we completed all of our parts ending with that cam axle pin. So I'm going to go over to the assembly now. And it's important that I don't bring in all my parts at once. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my board, and I'm going to fix that so it can't move. The next thing I want is my pair cam, and I want to bring in my cam axle pin. So now that I have those imported, I'm simply going to start constraining them. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to a Revolve constraint. I'm going to choose the outside center of this. If I go to the bottom side of my pin, on this surface here, I'm going to choose that middle. I'm going to take a look, and that is not the constraint I want, so let's try this again. I'm going to do my Revolve mate. I want that center right there to the outside center here. I'm going to flip my axis and green check mark that. Yep, that's 100% what I want then. I'm going to do my fasten mate, and I'm going to choose the backside center of my axle there to the backside center here, green check mark that. And what we should see is now I should be able to spin this. And we can see that lightly. Again, when I'm recording, sometimes it doesn't flow very well. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my insert. I'm going to grab in my slider bar, and I might as well just bring in my slider as well in this circumstance. So I'm just going to move that off to the side, and the first thing I'm going to do is constrain my slider bar here. To do this, I'm going to grab my fasten mate. I'm going to choose the center middle here to the center middle of my board. Now, obviously, I need to rotate rotate it and flip it. And because don't want it directly in that center here, I'm going to offset this on the x-axis 1 inch, and that's going to be a -1 inch from this perspective. So I'm going to green check mark that, and just to verify I have it in the spot that I would like to, yep, you can see that right there. The next thing I'm going to do is attach my slider. The way I'm going to do that is with my slider mate, and I'm simply going to choose, let's go to the slider and see what I want to choose first. I think I want to choose this point here. Yep, that point there with the corresponding point here. Let's see if that works out for me. I'm going to do a simple rotation. I can green check mark that, and I'm going to close out this menu, and let's see if this slides along here, this bar now, as it does. The next thing I'm going to do is insert, and I mislabeled this. It should have been the cam pin for this. I named it the axle pin, which is not. It should have been just called the cam pin. So I hope that doesn't cause any confusion. I'm going to bring in the linkage arm, and we're going to do a few things here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our revolve mate. We're going to do it to the outside of that. We're going to come down to the bottom side of this pin here. We're going to choose that point there, and obviously I need to flip this one, and then I can green check mark that, and let's gain perspective on this. Yep, as we can see, we're good there.